こんにちは。ジャパンライフマニュアルです。
Are you worried about even small etiquette rules, the kind that could make you seem rude in Japan? But your worries and Japanese people's real concerns may not match. Information about Japan for foreigners is full of detailed etiquette rules, how deeply to bow, how to use chopsticks, and whether foreigners can wear a yukata. But I was born and raised in Japan, and these things have almost never bothered me. What Japanese people actually care about is something else. So today, based on a Reddit question, what Japanese manners are foreigners overthinking? I'll judge 8 actions often seen as rude in Japan from a Japanese point of view. 1.
歩きながら飲食はしてはいけない？
Is it rude to eat or drink while walking in Japan? Some guides for foreigners say, if you eat or drink while walking in Japan, people will give you dirty looks. But Japanese people also drink coffee while walking, and they eat while walking at festivals and tourist spots. Personally, it does not bother me much if someone is simply eating or drinking while walking. What bothers me is when someone bumps into people in a crowded place, spills food or drinks, or leaves trash behind. The verdict for this one is depends. It depends on the place and situation. 2.
割り箸をこすってはいけない？
Is it rude to rub disposable chopsticks together? It is sometimes said that rubbing disposable chopsticks together after splitting them is rude because it suggests this restaurant uses cheap chopsticks. In fact, people rub disposable chopsticks together to remove splinters from the wood. Depending on the material and how the chopsticks split, splinters may remain. So when I see someone rubbing disposable chopsticks together, I do not think they are insulting the restaurant. That said, sticking chopsticks upright in rice or passing food from one pair of chopsticks to another is different. These ways of using chopsticks are linked to Japanese funeral customs, so they should be avoided. The verdict for this one is overthinking. You are worrying too much. 3.
タトゥーを見せてはいけない？
Is it rude to show tattoos in public? Some foreigners worry that showing their tattoos while walking around in Japan may make people uncomfortable. But simply having a visible tattoo does not automatically mean you are being rude. Personally, that alone does not bother me. Recently, I have seen more Japanese people with tattoos than before. Visible tattoos may not be a problem in public, but some hot springs and swimming pools ban them or ask guests to cover them. The verdict for this one is depends. How people react in public and the rules at facilities are two different things. 4.
ハグしてはいけない？
Is it rude to hug Japanese people? Some people hear that Japanese people do not hug and think they should never do it. It is true that hugging is not very common as a greeting in Japan. I would also be surprised if someone I had just met suddenly hugged me. But if you are close friends with someone or if they are used to hugging, they may not mind. At work, it is better to keep more distance than in private settings. The important thing is not to assume you should never hug someone just because they are Japanese, but to pay attention to your relationship with them and how they react. The verdict for this one is depends. It depends on the person. The items so far were either things people worry too much about or things that depend on the place or the person. But from here, the key question is whether your actions actually cause trouble or inconvenience for the people around you. 5.
靴を脱ぐのは家だけ？
Do you only need to take off your shoes at home? Some people think you only need to take off your shoes at home in Japan. But you also often need to take off your shoes at ryokan inns, in some Japanese restaurants, and inside temple or shrine buildings. In restrooms, you may also need to change from indoor slippers to special toilet slippers. You do not take your shoes off everywhere, so check the entrance for a raised step, shoes lined up, slippers, or a "please remove your shoes" sign, and watch what the people around you are doing. Entering a place with your shoes on when they should be removed can dirty the floor, so you may be asked to take them off. The verdict for this one is this matters. 6.
電車の中で話してはいけない？
Is it rude to talk on trains? Some people think you should not talk on trains in Japan. But speaking quietly is not a problem. I also talk with friends and family on trains. Phone calls, loud conversations, and playing videos or music through your phone speaker are different. The problem is not talking itself, but making loud noise that bothers the people around you. The verdict for this one is depends. 7.
遅刻をしてはいけない？
Is it rude to be late in Japan? Some people think that even being a little late is unacceptable in Japan. It is true that being on time is important for work appointments, reservations, and plans to meet someone. But anyone can be late because of an unexpected problem. What bothers me is not the delay itself, but leaving the other person waiting without contacting them. As soon as you know you will be late, it is important to tell them the reason and your expected arrival time. The verdict for this one is this matters. 8.
通路を塞いではいけない？
Is it rude to block walkways and entrances? This is not unique to Japan. But this kind of consideration for others is something Japanese people actually care about. If you stop in front of ticket gates, by train doors, at the end of an escalator, or in narrow passageways, people behind you cannot move forward. If you need to check a map or your phone, move to the side of the walkway. When walking in a group, do not spread out and block the way. It is important to watch how people around you are moving and check whether you are in the way. The verdict for this one is this matters. Here are the 8 verdicts. The important thing is not to memorize every small etiquette rule perfectly. Pay attention to where you are, who you are with, and the people around you, and think about whether your actions are causing trouble for someone. This is not the opinion of all Japanese people, but my own answer as a woman who was born and raised in Japan. If there is something that makes you wonder, is this really rude? Tell me in the comments. This channel shares information to help foreigners avoid problems while living in Japan. Subscribe so you do not miss useful information about life in Japan.